and welcome back to Binging Last Season, where I tell you about shows that you can binge from last season, and sometimes I even ask introspective questions, right? Like, how many times can I watch the same exact anime about a villainess without losing my fucking mind? The answer, by the way, is twice. Who are you people? Get away from me! This week, I watched the only two Villainess anime from 2024 that actually matter, because if I don't remember it, it has no value. The first one I watched was I'll Become a Villainess that goes down in history from the fall, but then I remembered that there was one that came out in winter of 2024 called Villainess Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord, and I thought it would be fun to compare these two takes on essentially the same show, and I want to touch on that. See, I was wondering what it was about this concept of having a main character be a villainess from a female video game. You know, there are male and female video games assigned at birth. Basically, what happens is some man in Japan decides whether or not the video game that he's just poured his fucking life into is a man or a woman. And if anybody tries to change that at any given point, I mean, and they will, because every single time we get a dub or a translation or a localization in America, right, something's got to change. Why not the gender of the video game? And every time we change the gender of the video game, a man in Japan literally throws himself off a building. How you guys doing out there? You doing all right? Feeling all right? That's good. That's good. The rise in popularity of anime and manga about otome game, isekai sort of setups and becoming the villainess in that game has been on the rise, and that's an understatement. We got two of them last year, and it's the same exact concept every time. And I actually know why it happened. It's my fault. I enjoyed Hametsu Flag too much. Doom Flag, the Doom Flag villainess one, the original one, pretty much. I mean, there might have been one before that, but ever since that anime did so well, and I gave it a 9, again, it's my fault, they've been making non-stop villainess anime and manga adaptations. And so you know what? Might as well enjoy them as much as I can, considering I caused this. And so as a renowned understander of women and the target audience for these anime, I figured I would tell you guys which ones are worth watching and which ones aren't. And I watch all of these. I watched these two that I'm covering in this video from last year. I watched Tear Moon Empire from 2023, and I even watched more examples here to demonstrate the fact that I've watched a lot of these and that they keep on making them. Let's get into the dick and balls of it using Villainess Level 99 as an example, because it has all of the hallmarks of your standard villainess anime. It's an isekai where there's a character that exists in the real world. She gets transported into an otome game that she happened to play, but she's the bad guy, the villainess, the one who dies at the end. She goes to Magic High School and meets the main character from the game, as well as the conquerable routes, the boys that you can date in the otome game. She also meets other characters from the otome game that might act slightly different from the way that they would have acted in the game, because, oh, the villainess acting differently now means that things are going to change. There's new characters that weren't in the game, there's a royal audience, there's a CGI dragon. Look, it's the same thing over and over again. If Villainess Level 99 if Villainess Level 99 does anything especially well, it's the fact that the opening is more focused on the main character from the actual game. It's the opening from the actual video game. And it could have tricked you if not for the fact that we see the promotional art, we know the title of the anime already. Maybe if you were just randomly watching this on TV, they would get you with the bait and switch, but otherwise, you know, this doesn't actually work in terms of tricking your expectations for where the series is going to go. It is fucking cute though. It's a lot cuter and a lot funnier than our other example for this video, the one that I'm actually here to talk about today, by the way. I just want to give it a little bit of credit because I'm absolutely dogging it because all of these anime are the same and it is fun to make fun of them. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of repeated and sort of brain rot isekai bullshit. I mean, this is the modern version of isekai bullshit. It's the same thing over and over again, but it's fine. You know, as long as it's serviceable, it's good. Villainess Level 99 was serviceable. I think I gave it like a 7 or something. It was a good time. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's funny. Actually, before we move on, there was one other thing I wanted to mention about this anime, which is, you know, I don't even know if it was intentional, but at certain points in the story, the villainess in question, in this Villainess anime, she sort of, you know, acts a little bit like dopey and a little bit sort of airheaded often, and it's inferred that she doesn't fully understand like why people see her the way that they do, or you know, why they think she's a little bit out there. But it's also like directly mentioned a few times that because she's level 99, she's got level 99 hearing. And she can hear basically everything that everyone is saying. And while I was rewatching this for this video, I sort of pieced together that maybe the reason she acts a little bit goofy and sort of spacey is because she can hear literally every conversation going on around her at once. And that would make you a little bit tuned out from any given conversation, which is why she acts so standoffish so often with a lot of people that she's inferred to actually enjoy being around. I noticed that and I was like, if that was intentional, if it was, they might just be saying, oh, she's neurodivergent. But if that was intentional, I think it was really clever. Now, as for I'll become a villainess who goes down in history, this is the better one. No offense to Villainess level 99, but they knew what they were doing when it came to we're just going to be goofy and fun, and we're not really expecting a season 2. Cannot say the same for Villainess history. How am I going to differentiate between these two, by the way? Because, like, one is Villainess level 99. Am I going to have to say I'll become a villainess who goes down in history 100 times for this fucking video? Because I really don't want to do that. I don't even want to be on record as saying I'll become a villainess who goes down in history. There are already questions about my gender floating around in my family and social circles, and I really don't appreciate the implications that this is going to cause. I'll become a villainess that goes down in history, or Hidekiyaku for short, thank fucking God my anime list, is a more serious approach to the genre. You know, most of the villainess anime that come out nowadays are going for more of a goofy approach, or a more romantic approach, right? And it's one of the two, more or less. And nobody's really tried to take it too seriously and write a proper story around it in a while. At least I can't really remember the last one. Every time I think back to the best one, I'm always thinking back to Doom Flag, because to be honest, I don't think anybody has quite done it as well since that show came out. But this one, I'm going to give it a lot of credit for trying to take a more serious approach where our main character is really trying to be the best possible fucking villainess she can be, you know, pending what she actually understands that word to mean. But she's trying her best to take this very seriously. And she's taking the world very seriously. And the show takes itself seriously. There's not a lot of goofiness going on here. It's supposed to be badass. And to be honest, it kind of is. The villainess might be smarter and stronger than most of the people around her, but she's not omnipotent. And her actions do have consequences. And it seems like the show tries to hammer this home every once in a while to make sure you know that this is not a casual or goofy approach to the genre like most other things are, where everything will just go right for the character at the end of the day, that things can and will go wrong here if she fucks up, which is why she has to be the best possible villainess that she can be, the most evil and ruthless approach. You'll understand why that's funny when you watch it, and I do actually recommend that you watch it, as well as the other one mentioned in this video. You know, the weird thing about these villainess anime is that they do tend to be good. Like, they tend to be really enjoyable. I haven't not enjoyed one of these that I can remember. I mean, I think the lowest I've given a villainess anime so far is like a 7. And maybe I missed the biggest piece of shit that you're thinking about right now, but I don't think I did. I will say it seems like Hidekiyaku is the more divisive of the two that I mentioned today. You know, if you look on my anime list, Hidekiyaku has more negative reviews than Villainess level 99, but it has a higher average score. And the same is true for Crunchyroll. So I'm not really sure if I can recommend one over the other. It definitely doesn't want to stay in its lane as much as Villainess level 99 does. And it's a lot easier to forgive a goofy anime if they're trying to be goofy. People take serious anime more seriously. Wow, I just unlocked the secrets of the fucking universe, my guy. Point is, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I actually gave it an 8 out of 10. I think when it does well, it does really well. I think the serious approach that it tried to take, I can't say approach today. I'm just chatting with you at this point, you know? Like, this whole fucking video, I've left in every fucked up recording I've done so far. Just for fun. Well, fuck it. Like, why not, right? Like, it's just like, why have structure? Why work hard on videos? Why not just, like, put out, like, a real piece of shit, right? And just, like, where I just leave in all my fucked up takes. And we'll see if this one does better or worse than usual. And if it does worse than usual, then I'll shut down my fucking channel. Do I even keep going? Rekiaku, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think their approach to being more serious was welcome. I thought that, the goofy stuff, it's kind of overplayed. And so if I want to take it in another direction, I'd be down to. And they do. There are certain things that happen in this one that don't happen in other ones. Even though it's the same setup and same old, it's still not as good as Doom Flag. Nothing has been ever since that came out. No Villainess anime has reached the heights that the first one did, which tends to be the case when you get a lot of spinoffs like this. It's, but it's fine. It's good. You'll enjoy it. I'm not selling it well, but I'm not even fucking trying to at this point. If you like Villainess anime. If you want to watch this or not already. You're just here to listen to me ramble and slowly fucking lose my mind. And if that's why you showed up, if I hit the fucking nail on the head, then type the word meat bun. That's 2 words, by the way. Type it in the comments section and just really show me how far my insanity can reach when it comes to screaming into the fucking void like this.